This is a Boardwalk Audio podcast.
We are hipsters, so you know what we need?
Speak for yourself. I'll always deny it.
If you have a British accent, you can't be a hipster.
Be a hipster.
Spectacles. We all need spectacles.
Yeah, glasses, eyewear, Warby Parker.
Yeah, Warby Parker, they're like sticking it to the man. They keep the prices low. They have in-house designers.
Actually, I had to buy some character glasses, and I just bought some fake frames from Warby Parker, and they're great.
That's
They're
awesome.
super nice, and you can make sunglasses out of them. And they also do that Tom's thing where they like give a pair of glasses to someone in need.
Oh, yeah, they
Which
do.
is really
They
cool.
support charities. They help people who need spectacles who can't afford them. So if you have money to spend on them, though, you should go to Warby Parker. You get to pick 5 frames to try on and select.
So they'll like send you the frames. You can try them on and wear them around town. Take them to the grocery store. Take them out.
Take them on a date. Buy
Take
them a
'em on a
glass of wine. See if they put out. And
Or just like put them on your bed and roll around on them and see which ones respond to your body.
you might have to buy more.
And you might have to buy more. Yeah, don't break them. But if you go to boardwalkaudio.com/Warby, and that's WARBY. Warby.
Yeah, they will ship to you for free, and you can try them on and see what works for you.
Get clear.
I just drink wine.
Pops.
The pops thing.
The pops thing. Pops for pop.
Welcome
to the wine situation.
Oh, God, we're here.
We made it.
Oh,
You guys. I feel like I'm dropping bags
welcome.
and purses and backpacks.
If you're listening to this, just take a load off, get ready.
Yeah.
We've got wines with H's. We're going to pair them with wines without, so you can just relax.
Right. So we're going to wine, we're going to sip, and you can just listen.
And you can relax and know that you're in good hands. That's Shaughn the Wine Whisperer.
Hello, everybody.
He whispers wines to your soul.
I'm here for you and your soul and your wines.
And he helped open Barco Bell and worked with Greg Condes, and he took the intro of the Courtmasters, so he knows about wine.
I took that with you, Ellen Clifford.
It
who
was
took
so
the
much
W
fun.
sets.
It was such a good experience.
Food blogger, wine writer,
That was my.
master palate.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's it. I just figured out
Is that
we have
my-
a master palate over here.
The Wine Whisperer meets the
master palate, yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
There we go.
Could I be Mistress Palette?
The mistress palate. Yeah.
I'm just, I mean,
Mademoiselle Palette.
Shaughn and I are also like both have our hands
Yeah.
up on our chairs, like, and we're moving our shoulders
Yeah, we're
in this
doing
way.
a lot of
that's like,
shoulder work, guys, because we're just getting settled into the show.
Ah.
Yeah, guys, welcome to the wine situation. We've missed you. Hope you're having a great week. And
Should we get into our Grape,
Grape of the week. Grape of the week.
I
Grape of the
really
week.
have the urge to call this segment Grape of Thrones.
Okay.
I don't know why. Grape of Thrones. I don't even watch them. Pinotage.
Pinotage, yeah.
Yeah, I was just using your trumpet intro.
We could do that, yeah.
To talk. That's our Grape of the week is Pinotage.
Pinotage this week, guys. What is Pinotage? I've heard of it.
Well, it was created in 1925, a Pinot Noir by Cinsault Crossing in South Africa.
So it's like a Franken grape?
It's a Franken grape.
It's like they took 2 grapes and they made a new grape?
They did.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then they released it first. The first vintage to actually get made into a wine for the public was the 1959 vintage, and it was
great
first
vintage.
issued in 1961.
Ooh.
It's a red one made in the Western Cape of South Africa.
Ooh. So it's a South African red wine. That's a blend of Pinot Noir and Cinsault. And they call Cinsault Hermitage.
Which is confusing.
But that's where they get Pinotage.
Oh, doy.
Doy.
Makes sense.
That's how they get the mashup, guys.
And it can it can be very gamey.
It can be.
It can be a little like full of that. You've heard us talk about Bretty wines, not bready wines, but Bretty wines. It can be quite Bretty.
Betty, did you read the Wine Bible version of it?
I probably did, but I also had a lot of other notes. What did you get from Wine?
The Wine Bible said opinions vary on potential quality.
Yeah.
So it shaded the fuck out of it.
my
They're like, this grape is maybe okay.
My WSET advanced book said that it could occasionally be made in styles similar to Beaujolais, lighter and fruitier,
Oh.
but also that it can be made in ways where you get odors of Band-Aid, rubber, barbecue. The court masters also said that it has lots of roasted and charred fruit notes,
Yep.
burnt rubber, sanguine blood,
Sanguine blood. Oh,
nail polish.
get a life, guys. Come on, go outside. It's beautiful.
And my favorite one is saddle leather.
Ooh.
Because what they mean, not just any leather, it's sweaty crotch leather. I mean, that's what there's saddle leather. Think about it. The leather on a saddle. That's like the polite way of saying this is like
Sweaty crotch leather.
So
Ellen,
they should
I will never look at a saddle the same way.
Oh God.
That's just a bunch of sweaty crotch leather.
I mean, they could have called it like rock star.
Strapped to a horse.
Ugh.
Hop on some sweaty cattle leather.
So we don't necessarily hate Pinotage.
No, we don't. And actually, and the other stuff I saw too, all the barbecue things are right. You know, like you're supposed to pair it with barbecue.
Yeah, or like boba tea or gamey
Sure.
meat pies, as I was reading.
I ate a lot
like-
of gamey meat pies.
Well, like quail pie. I don't know.
How many quail pies do you eat?
So many. So many.
Oh, quail pies? Oh, yeah. I had like 3
Or
last
like
week.
boba tea is like minced meat with minced meat. Not. I was trying to
Minced
say
meat?
meat and pie.
Mincemeat pie?
With an eggy topping.
Eggy topping.
Supposedly, it's also good with biryani, the Indian
Wow.
rice dish. Spicy things.
Well, that's Pinotage.
That's Pinotage, your grape of the week.
Grape of the week.
Grape of Thrones.
We're going to have different names for it.
Yeah,
because
I mean, why
Ellen's
not?
a goth, so she's going to make it like, you know, Game of Thrones.
It's the grape of the week. I just, for some reason, in making my notes, I just wrote down Grapes of Thrones.
Grapes of Thrones.
And had to mention it.
Do we have any mailbags or grocery store wines or anything else? Or should we just get right into
Let's
the
get
mother
into
effing
the
show?
mother effing show. It's about damn
It's about time. We have this lovely, amazing person sitting in front of us. You might recognize her from my Instagram feed. You might recognize her from me having a glass of wine at any local establishment.
I would recognize her from hanging out at Covell and
Yes.
taking like 3 times and meeting each other before like,
Yeah. Can I
you.
speak now? Can I?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
get to speak now?
You can
Okay.
speak now, but yeah, this is Maggie Lawson.
Hi.
Yay.
We're
But
so
like the more
happy you're
proper
here.
intro is that you probably recognize her from Psych. She plays Detective Jules on Psych, Angel from Hell,
Dog TV.
Dog TV, Santa Clarita Diet.
Yep.
She has an amazing foundation called Tiger Francis.
Thank you.
Maggie Lawson, my friend.
Yay!
Yay! We're so happy you're here.
Yeah. Y'all are funny.
We aim to please.
We aim to please. I didn't want to, rob you of your proper intro, even
Thank
though,
No, that was nice. Even though we're like
mostly people recognize poppets.
poppets.
Poppin' poppets.
You guys
From
should
the
also
Covells.
know Shaughn was power posing while introducing her because he wanted to give her that much power.
It
He
was really
putting-
nice. I feel it.
I've never
It
seen
feels
you
like
do
a-
that
Like
before.
a sun, like a tree pose or
Tree
something.
pose, yeah.
It feels like a big, Thank
I
you.
I take the inner energy of my aura and I just put it out through my arms.
Thanks.
Someday we'll record this.
I love
Video
that you did that, introducing me, Pops.
anytime, only for you.
What do you want to? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go
Sorry.
ahead.
I'm like so excited about the wine. we have
Ellen's
today,
really
so-
excited
I
to
wanted
drink
to-
the wine. So
Let's drink some wine.
I'm going to start
Yeah.
opening
Wine?
it. I'm going to
Okay.
open it
And you
then
tell us what you want to Hawaiian
Hawaiian about.
Hawaiian about?
Hawaiian
Wine
about.
about?
Yes. What would
I have.
you like?
I feel like I have lots of wines, but I'm gonna whine about. Okay, so I have. This is just gonna be such a downer right now, but like I have celiac disease, so I cannot eat gluten. Like I can't
And
even.
you really can.
No, I mean, like, I can't have a piece of food that has touched another piece of food that has, or that is touching a piece of food that has gluten in it, or that has maybe been fried in a fryer with other things that have been fried
You're the
with
vegan
gluten.
of gluten content.
It's-
You
it-
can't get in.
Yes.
You can't have it.
It can't have
Zero.
it. Zero.
Zero
It's
content.
dangerous.
Yes. But then there's also this like gluten-free
Right.
trend, right? And so it's now for a person to be like diagnosed celiac, I mean, it is for the time of gluten-free foods, it's pretty great right now because gluten-free
Yeah.
is a thing
Yeah.
and
There's
it
a
is
lot of
everywhere.
options.
So I'm kind of like thankful for the trend, but then sometimes that trend can like backfire because like people don't take it seriously.
It's exactly like that with vegetarianism.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right? Yeah.
Like you'll find like you eat
The
something.
flexitarians, it's all the people who are like, oh, I'm gluten intolerant or I'm like sensitive. And it gives people the impression that that it's okay if someone just happens to get a little bit of gluten, which is not.
Exactly.
And I'm like that with meat. People are like, oh, it's okay to use chicken broth, right?
or
and I'm
beef
like,
broth, yeah.
no, it's not okay. So I feel your pain on the
Thank
veggie
you.
level.
Yeah.
It's in a way, it's great. Like these days, there's so many foods for gluten-free people.
Yes. But
but
even
then they
that's getting
think people
tricky.
don't realize that like oatmeal, you have to buy like gluten-free oatmeal,
Yes,
right?
you
That's
do.
not been processed in the same factory, right?
So that's the thing is like
Yeah.
cross-contamination is its own thing. So you have like, you might see a food label that says gluten-free, but then you actually start reading and it says processed in a facility that contains like gluten.
And then
Right.
people
wheat.
make fun of the people that avoid gluten now, which is not fair to you because you really have to avoid it.
Yes, and like I understand you as you're talking. Like there's so many levels to everything. There are people who are sensitive, and people I think that just feel better
Yeah.
not
Not
eating it,
eating
which is
gluten, yeah.
great. But then like you go to a restaurant, which is like something that actually like happened to me, where I was like, I was like feeling good. I was like, so should we explain celiac disease?
Yeah, sure,
Like, do you
yeah.
want
Oh,
just
yeah.
for people
Yeah,
who,
so
like,
so people have an understanding of like what it is actually.
yes, because it's an autoimmune
'Cause,
disease.
like,
it's not.
yeah.
It's not an allergy or whatever. Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, like I just did a little like research
Yeah.
about it. So I guess 1 in 100 people have it,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's an autoimmune disease where your body attacks your intestine
Mm-hmm.
when there's presence of gluten there.
Doesn't it like flatten down the little
little-
Cilia.
Yeah, the little cilia, yeah.
that are
Which is
supposed to
where-
absorb nutrients and
100%.
stuff.
So you're
you'd
basically
starve to death if
malnourished.
you get.
Yeah, so you're malnourished.
or
yeah.
or toxic, like you could, so you're, yes, exactly, so it's not good.
Yeah.
But it's also like sometimes the symptoms are not necessarily just digestion related. They're like, can be a skin rash, it could be
Oh, no.
like, yeah, so it can come out it can come out in different ways.
I had an allergy to the vitamin earlier this week, and now I'm like, oh no, what if I got celiac disease? Because I gave me a skin rush. But
Also, it's hereditary.
It
I
is-
found out.
It is hereditary.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can actually test nowadays with all of the like genetic and the 23andMe's and tests like that, or the Genome Project
Yeah.
2.0. You can test to see if you have like if you're the predisposition to have it, or yeah.
Or
So-
Helix. I guess Helix is
Helix,
one. Helix
that's
is the
right.
one where they
That's-
do the swab. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
how long have you known you had it?
Like not that long considering in a lifetime, but I found out about
Well, I've heard
6
it
years
can be
ago.
like later onset, though, right?
Yeah, as with any autoimmune disease, like
Yeah.
it can come on from a stressful event or like yeah. So you might just have it may lay dormant or but it flared up about 6 years ago, and once it's on, you can't turn it off. So.
And is
Yeah.
it just like intense abdominal pain when you eat anything, or is it just, or does it react different ways? You're like,
It can be totally different.
Yeah.
I mean, I do tend to have like pretty violent, I can have reactions to it in the way that someone might have like a food poisoning reaction to it. But I've also gone through times when I have known that I've just like they call it a brain fog. It's almost like I just like a really bad hangover.
Yeah.
You just have it for like 3 days. You can't really think. You're really sluggish. You don't feel good. You might get like a rash or a cough or like I remember this when I found out. I was like going through it was almost like a year before I actually knew I had it, where I would get like a random fever for like 24 hours or like catch a flu again and again and again because your body is just you're not well, like
Yeah.
you can't fight anything up, and it is autoimmune. So sometimes that's why it's tricky because it's
'cause
like
your
not
immune
all the
system's
reactions are
going
the same.
crazy.
And it's turning on itself. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
does. And so you just get sick in whatever way your body, is processing it at that time. And stress, all these other things can factor into how, violent or severe the reaction might be. But
that's
I've
got to be like really frustrating though too. People are like, oh, I get it, whatever, gluten free.
Oh my gosh. Like
The eye rolls.
It's crazy. Like for example, and I'm not going to name this restaurant, but I wanted they were great because they actually changed like how they promoted their restaurant. But like I looked up this restaurant and it literally said a gluten-free restaurant, and I like triple checked with them. Like, all right, so everything on the like if I ordered this toast, it's
Yeah.
and so I called even after I got my food. Like I ordered once, I ate there once, every single, and they were like, no, it's all gluten-free. Like, it's all gluten-free.
Yeah.
But I got sick once, and I couldn't really tell if it was, like, this severe... Like, I didn't really know for sure, and I was like, oh, this must just be me right now. It
Yeah,
wasn't, like,
yeah.
But then I ate there again, and I got, like urgent care sick for like, and you knew about this.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was
yeah.
just like recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I called them and I'm like, can I just ask like what, it's a gluten-free restaurant or whatever. And I said, but this bread that I had a couple times now, I feel like might have some gluten in it. And she's like, no, we get it from this bakery. It's all gluten-free. Da, da, da. And I looked up the bakery and in like capital letters, it says contains gluten. And I'm like, what? Like, what? And she's like, well, no one else has had a problem. And I understand that a lot of people just say like, I need to be, I want to eat at a gluten-free restaurant. I want to be gluten-free. And they don't get sick from it because they're not sick from gluten. They just are choosing not to eat it. So I think, that's like the norm. But for people, like when you get that kind of lax about it and you're not taking it that seriously, people who have like the actual...
And that's what I
disease
feel
are
like
gonna
people
get
are
sick.
like, yes, can you pick the meat out? You're like, no. I mean,
right.
I'm technically I wouldn't get, well, who knows? My body might react badly to meat now, but it's like, when something becomes trendy and people take it less seriously.
That's
Yeah.
it.
It's frustrating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, let's cheers.
Let's explain our wine so we can
Yay.
get to sipping.
I want to sip.
Yum.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like I wish I
That is
had
rich.
another bottle of this.
That is a rich, plummy wine.
I feel like we opened it young, but this is...
It's like there's a little tart.
I need a steak dipped in wheat, please. That's what I want with this. No offense, guys, but I
Perfect.
want a steak with meat. Sorry, I want a steak with a side of bread.
if we have leftover at the...
That's all I want right now.
Thanks, Pops.
With this,
Thanks.
with this wine.
If we have leftover at the end of the thing, you can meet us later at Covell and we'll have like gluten-free potatoes.
Ooh.
Oh, the gluten-free potatoes at Covell.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Covell people. They're so good.
the
Potato
wedges.
Oh, I love them.
Le wedges.
Love them.
So we wanted to pick a wine that got a bad name when it got popular. So we picked perfect.
Yeah.
We picked this is technically you would call it a Sainte-Emilion Grand Cru, but that means it's Merlot. Mm-hmm. Which people love to make fun of, and people don't take seriously because it got popular, but then they made
Yep.
fun of
sideways,
it.
literally.
It's really what did it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so it kind of ruined Merlot's reputation and ruined things. But we picked like the best of Merlots, which
I love it. That was the perfect
this is so
choice.
good. It's 10% Cabernet Franc, but mostly it's 90% Merlot.
So a grape that is misunderstood.
A grape that is
A
misunderstood.
grape that is commonly yelled out in the rap.
Belied.
Yeah.
Belined. It's a perfect word. It was like the most perfect word I needed right there. Yes.
The Bordeaux blind
The
grape.
belinding of the Bordeaux. So I love when people are like, I love a Bordeaux, but I just don't drink Merlot.
Yeah.
Like it happens all the time, and I'm like,
Same with people in Chardonnay
okay.
and Burgundy.
yeah, they're like, I love white Burgundy, but I hate Chardonnay. I'm just
right.
like, I don't know what you're saying.
Like at Covell, and does that happen all the time where like people come in thinking that they like know? I mean, wine has become, it's a thing
It's
now.
happened
Yeah.
on the
People, like-
show where we ask people, let us know if you don't want to drink something, and they'll name some grapes because of some reasons, and we've really wanted to bring in
To challenge them, yeah. I mean, like at Covell, I just try not to call anyone out, but a lot of times people say something completely opposite, and I just go like, okay, well, what are you in the mood for? People are like, I want something like really heavy, robust, and intense, like Pinot Noir, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, that's totally opposite.
Opposite end.
Or they're like, I like something really light and nuanced, like I love Malbecs. And I'm like, okay, no, that's wrong. And this is it's like, I just try to back it up, but I just gotta go like, okay, what do you want? Something lighter, heavier? What do you like?
I'm
I just
kind of like that. I'm like, can I have the yummy wine?
Yeah.
I just want the yummy
tasty
kind.
wine.
I just gotta get a little more information just to narrow it down.
Yes.
But that's pretty much it. Like rarely do I kind of call people out, and I have, and not in a bad way, but I've also like brought over examples and been like, taste this,
Yeah.
now taste this. You see the difference. You see why you can't call those two things.
By the way, Zig, do you want to sip of the Merlot?
I'm literally like doing like I'm like directing a plane right now. You want some? You want?
I just noticed there was an empty glass there, so
Yeah,
I was like,
okay.
oh, shoot, we should have.
Well, it's there in case he changes his mind. Because sometimes Zig halfway through is like, maybe I'll have a sip of that.
Well, this is the, just so people know, the Chateau Godeau Ducarpe by the Famille Florisson.
La famille Florisson.
Sainte-Emilion Grand Cru is a sub-region of Sainte-Emilion, which is on the right bank of Bordeaux.
Sure is.
Which is in southern western France.
Some limestoney plateaus, sandy clay.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
I looked up these guys. They say this is the most Burgundian of their wines.
Ooh.
They treat it very gently.
Gently.
They press it gently.
So here's the thing, guys. Some people say it's a right bank or a left bank Bordeaux. Mm-hmm. What does that mean, Ellen?
Well,
what does that mean?
I want to know.
Come to think of it, the owners of this winery used to be the co-owners of Calonne-Segur, which is a left bank Bordeaux.
Whoa, they're on the other side of the tracks
a third
now.
growth, yes. On the other side, where it tends to be, it's different soil. It's more gravelly. They do more Cabernet Sauvignon with Cabernet Franc blends over there.
So is it safe to say that like a left bank Bordeaux is more Cabernet Sauvignon and a right bank Bordeaux is a more Merlot?
That's correct, Shaughn.
I love it.
Oh my God. You are absolutely correct. And you have different rating systems. I mean, all of Bordeaux is so confusing. Like every different sub-region of it rates things differently. Like Left Bank, they have this whole Premier Cru, Deuxième Cru, Troisième Cru system. On the Right Bank, they have, even though this is called a Sainte-Emilion Grand Cru, that it actually speaks of the geography in Sainte-Emilion, to be a rated in the classification system, it would have to be a Grand Cru Classé on the right bank. And then they make it even more confusing because they have the highest of that is their Premier Grand Cru Classé A. Or B.
B. Oh, I get it.
Or there's the rest of them.
You guys, is French for A.
A. Like Sainte-Emilion
You
cannot.
guys, don't worry, I'll translate. A.
Bordeaux
B.
cannot get its shit together with its rating system. Every sub-region rates them different, has different ranking names. B, sa, se.
A, B, C, D, B, B. I feel bad because I've just spent the past 2 days with Maggie, riffing on things for this dog TV stuff that we were doing for a friend.
We did some riffing.
So I feel like...
And some woofing.
Woofing.
Did you do roughing of the woofers?
A ride of roughing of the woofing.
How did your dogs get on well?
Oh
yes.
my gosh.
Our dogs were best of friends right away.
Just like us.
Shelby and what's...
Peanut.
Peanut and
They
Shelby.
were so cute together. Oh my gosh. Peanut got so excited.
They're so excited.
Day 2, she went up and was wagging her tail, so excited to see her best friend.
Shelby's like,
yeah.
as excited as Shelby can get because she can be a little bitchy.
Diva dog.
I was trying to think of a better word, but she can just be a little bitchy.
Well, when she's not the center of attention, she does tend to just jump up and be like, hello, me, me.
That's very true.
Me.
It's very true.
She is so funny.
She's so cute.
She is just so funny.
She's very cute.
It was a random good time.
Very random good time, yeah. But it was fun.
We had a good time, but we've done a lot of riffing.
Yeah, a lot of riffing. So apologies, Maggie, for having to listen to me riff.
Oh, I'm learning so much. This is great. I love it.
But this is wine riffing.
Wine.
This isn't dog woofing.
It's not
riffing.
dog riffing.
This is
dog woofing.
No.
Woofing again.
It's a Merlot melee. I don't know.
We're woofing about her.
Merlot melee. Merlot melee.
This is very good wine. It's so deep. I'm looking at the color. It's so opaque almost.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
I'm
really
into
beautiful.
I know.
Me too.
It is a rich ruby, more like a deep.
It's purple.
Purple.
Really.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yes.
It's got a little bit
Plummy.
of rim variation.
What's that color I'm thinking of?
Yeah,
Purple.
super plummy.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. These glasses are beautiful. I know that you listening cannot see them, but they are beautiful.
These are the goblets.
These are the goblets, the famed goblets of Ellen's grandma that I inherited. Yes.
Oh, wow. I love this.
There's only 3 of them left. We have to treat them preciously.
Oh, my gosh.
There were 4,
They're
but then I broke
so
one.
durable,
nervous.
and one randomly broke.
Yeah, their claim to fame is my friend and I would throw them at this door for kicks, and the door broke, but not the glass. And then one, and so I was so careless transporting them here that one of them broke. I opened up the bag where they were, and one of them in my lift ride had broken. And I'm like, how did these survive being hurled against a wall? And lift broke them.
And she wraps them in tissue. Seriously, transports them with care.
Yeah, I didn't used to though, but I guess you should always treat your heirlooms with care. Is the lesson here.
They're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Love very much.
I
I love them.
love them madly.
And the coasters are
really
very
enjoying
good.
this wine,
No,
you guys.
it's very good. I keep drinking it. That's
I
why.
know I
Yeah.
can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop.
The goblets are deceptive because they look like they're big and hefty, but they actually hold less than like technically a full glass of wine. So
Oh.
Yeah,
so
no, it's not.
Don't
it's
feel
not a full
bad
glass of
about
wine.
if your glass is getting empty faster than you think it should. It's not. It's just smaller glass than it looks.
Yes.
Also, don't judge me.
Seriously.
I not a full glass of wine. You can take
is
your
really good wine.
rules,
This is
take them off my body, and take them out of the door.
This is
Thank you.
my Merlot moment. Treated myself.
My Merlot moment.
I just picture myself in a mirror like, this is my Merlot moment where I take my power back
feel-
and toast myself. And
Oh,
then
I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh,
I
this
love
is
it.
like a Kardashian's testimonial.
I guess so. I've never watched that, but
I don't
can
know. I've
see
neither
it.
have I. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, it's like a.
Sure,
I'm gonna
Pops.
treat myself.
I'm hiding behind my mic. What are you watching? Nope. Why would I watch that? It's not as good as The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Oh, I have to start watching the new season.
I don't. We're trying. I don't
no,
know.
you're
I don't.
not
Not that into it.
And I am into it.
Yeah.
Usually. Like into it. We talk about it. We will text about it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like Bachelor Nation on social media and all that, but like we are Bachelor Nation
Yeah.
people. I
didn't even know there was one.
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah.
this because it's like it's insane. But I watch. I look forward to it. This one, I am like, I'm having trouble getting through an episode,
Yeah.
and I feel bad for saying that. But I like, what is it?
I don't know. I
hate it when
think,
that happens.
I think it
I
always
know.
comes back to The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Oh, right.
Like they're just not that engaging. Like if
Yeah.
it's not a good season, it's because of that.
Yeah.
Although like Mike Fleiss has really pulled out the like flashbacks,
Oh my gosh, the reenactments.
the reenactments, the bumper cars. It was so good. So it was brilliant.
And the dog.
Oh yeah, the dog
one
with the
with the
pacifier or whatever. Yeah. Anyone who
Ellen's
watches the
got
show will
tennis
know.
head here.
Ellen's just like
Sorry,
smiling.
Ellen. Yes.
She's like,
you
what
gotta catch up.
language?
You gotta
I
catch
know.
up.
I know.
Yes.
I should watch. I was trying to think of shows that like.
You don't have to. No,
No,
I will never I will never make
It's
anyone
just,
watch
it
it.
No,
sucks
this is
when
true.
there's a show that's like so good and then a season comes along, you're like, what are you doing? I felt that way about Sleepy Hollow. I was trying recently to like watch the last one, and I was like, I loved this the first like 1.5 seasons. It was a brilliant show, and then just
yeah.
like it got to be like making myself watch it, and then I was like, I shouldn't. There's enough on.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff
It's
on.
really depressing when that happens. Like when you're so into something and you're following it and you're like, gosh, I'm just not in it anymore.
On an up note, I am so enjoying Grace and Frankie. They just
Oh,
released.
yeah.
Yes, I haven't seen it yet.
I won't tell you anything.
Yes.
But it's not losing
I love
power
that.
4 seasons in.
Yeah.
I just watched Clockwork Orange last night again.
Whoa, I haven't seen
know.
that since I was a teenager.
It's so intense.
Oh, it's so intense.
It's so misogynistic.
Oh my
too.
God.
I had
it's like,
no
It's
idea.
so very violent.
I mean,
and
like-
disturbing.
so violent.
So violent, but like I mean, women in
Toward
that
women.
movie are
Yes.
literal like
Yeah.
pieces of meat.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember
It's so
where
crazy.
the women even come in.
Well, they're just raped
They're- yeah,
usually,
that's it. Yeah.
and then there's like a really mean
Yeah.
nurse, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
There's like a
Yes.
Nurse Ratched kind of
That's right.
character,
Nurse
and then
Ish.
they're just raped. They're just objects of sex and
Yes,
rape. It's
not-
crazy.
It's really
It's
intense.
overt misogyny.
After Dog TV Day, that's what you felt like watching. You were like, I need to like bring it down. I need to like
cleanse myself
I need to
of
go
this.
dark.
Oh my god,
I need to bring her way down.
that's such a goth thing to do, Shaughn.
I know,
Yeah.
whatever, you guys. I'm fucking artistic. I go home and I watch like old cool movies that have meaning. Yeah. Anyway,
Have you ever read the book?
no, Brennan has.
It takes a glossary.
Brennan had read the book and I had seen the movie, and
I've
then
seen a lot
so
of books.
and he actually he
I'll
had to
have
watch
Lit
it
talk
for a
with him
class, so
about
we
it.
watched it together. That's truth be told, that was
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
It's like a book you definitely have to read with the glossary because they use all these more terms than they do even in the movie. All this like Russian slang, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Or at least the version of the book I read had a glossary in the back for like every word you didn't know what that slang was. It's a good book too.
Was the book super like misogynist too?
You
Did
know,
it feel
I,
like, or
I
do you
read
remember?
it when I watched the movie and read the book when I was a teenager, and I just remember the violence. Remember the violence.
Remember the
Yeah.
violence?
Yeah, that's my main. And then I also just remember the people I watched the movie with because it was just such a gothy, dark time in my life where we would freeze Snickers and chop them with a butcher knife and eat them while watching movies like Clockwork Orange and Sid and Nancy. And
Chop.
such a good
Yeah.
time of life.
Did you watch Harold and Maude?
No,
yeah.
should I?
Oh my god! Oh, Harold and
yeah.
Maude's a great movie.
Oh, is it dog?
Yeah. No, it's like dark comedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is a dark comedy.
So good. Harold and Maude's great.
Very good.
Classic.
Very good.
Celiac disease.
I'm like, should we talk about my wine?
We don't
Oh yeah,
have
no,
to.
we don't. I feel like the conversation just goes
we could
wherever.
play What's in a Glass since we kind of started
What's in
to.
the glass? What's in the glass?
You ever play What's in the Glass?
What's in the
What's in
glass?
the glass?
What is what's in the glass?
Well, we kind of started with looking at it, where
Yeah,
we
you kinda
analyzed
look
the
at it.
appearance, and
Okay.
we were like, "This is deep, almost opaque purple with a slight rim variation.
Very slight.
Oh yeah, it is very.
Can't
slight.
tell what the tears are in the goblets."
Can't tell.
'Cause
Why
the-
is that? It's so bizarre.
What?
Because like there's like even like you can't even see any legs on these goblets.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
goblets are very textured on the outside, so you just really can't tell what's going
What's happening
on. What's
inside.
happening on the inside.
Feels very hidden and mysterious and secretive.
So next we put it in.
It's just like
put
my
our nose in
Facebook
it.
profile.
Mysterious.
I'm very textured
It's
on
just
the
like
outside.
you every night of the week.
Yes. Textured on the outside and hidden on the inside. It's just like my tears are hidden.
You put up a wall.
Wait, what was
Sorry.
Oh, so then we
Okay.
put our noses in it.
Oh, we go nose.
And we
nosing?
sniff
Take
it.
a whiff. And you smell all those plums and like
Yeah.
black
it's just-
cherries,
Yeah, deep,
Oh, black
dark
cherries.
black cherry. Like,
some cinnamon, like a hint of the oakiness. Like,
yeah, I get the oakiness, the bark.
I smell like yummy, just yum.
yeah.
It's like a
it really,
jammy,
it's
Jammy,
very
yeah.
blackberry
Jammy,
jam,
yummy. Yeah.
Blackberry jam.
black
yummy.
currant. Yeah, it's just rich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rich.
but not in a like overly cloying way. So yes, exactly. Then we sip.
We sip it.
Oh, I just did because I can't stop sipping it.
It's pretty high acid, I'd say. Then we analyze
Medium,
the
medium plus,
structural components.
Tannin,
the tannins are medium.
Medium, I would say.
I'd say medium plus.
Yeah, I'll give you
Yeah.
medium plus.
This
on
is
that
a
too.
2015, and I wish I'd gotten more than one bottle because I feel like we opened it a little young, like it could use several more years.
Yeah.
I feel like to really.
This wine's freaking
Throw.
amazing.
It's so good.
So good.
What do you think?
Thank
I think
guys.
is the alcohol like I would say
Let's
like
guess.
13 or
Everyone
14.
guess.
So alcohol, you take a sip and then you breathe in and kind of feel how low it burns like
Yeah.
down your throat.
Got it.
The lower it goes, the higher the alcohol.
Yeah.
It's not that high. I'm going to say 13.5.
Yeah, I feel like 13.5. I don't think it's above 14.
What's 14? Like on.
14 is getting on the high end.
Yeah.
Yeah. so
15 is like
14,
the high.
15,
Going
16.
13. I'm gonna go 13. Because you sound like you know what
Bum
you're talking about.
ba-da-dum, bum ba-dum.
And
Sean is
Dum-ba-da-dum,
checking.
I'm
Dun,
looking
dun,
at the
dun.
bottle. Keep vamping, Ellen. Keep
Oh.
vamping.
Oh.
What will it be? Where do you feel?
It's 14.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh, you guys.
I said 13.5. Do I win? No.
I said it wasn't over 14.
Yeah. No, that's close.
Wait.
Actually, also like legally, wines are allowed to be, I think, up to like 1% off apparently.
Yeah.
But I'll take a little more.
I'm giving you a splash.
It's so good.
Ketchup. It's really,
So yeah, then you analyze the acid, you analyze the tannins,
good
the
for this.
Sure, I'll take a
alcohol,
little more.
the strength of overall flavors, the finish.
It's almost I was saying tart earlier. There's like a
It's a yeah.
That's I feel like the tannin.
yeah.
Well,
for
when,
sure.
gives
when
you
we
that.
name all the fruit flavors, then you can say, is it? There's on the nose, it's more jammy, but on the tongue, it's a more tart fruit, like just
Yeah.
ripe blackberries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you like there
Not
is
jammy, but
It's like
ripe.
cranberry almost.
There is a
it
high
like-
note.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I feel like
Yeah, like cranberry or more like or blackberry, like blackberry skin, which just kind of sounds douchey, but
No.
but like blackberry because blackberry has the seeds, like the tannin
Yeah,
of the seed to it, but it's like a
yeah.
high note, has a high note to it,
It's
but
got
it's a
that
dark fruit.
roughness. Like the texture of this wine is slightly. The tannins aren't like integrated yet. Would be the way I'd say it is. Like they're still slightly young.
Yeah,
like astringent tannins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in 3 to 5 years, this would be a little bit more mellowed. But
Yeah.
even still,
It's still
I
so good.
still
Oh,
get like
God.
the silkiness of Merlot. Merlot is a silky
and
grape to
the
me.
purple plum kind of thing.
Purple plum silkiness of Merlot.
I love Merlot, and I never
So good.
stopped loving Merlot,
I never drank
Take
that much
that,
of
Paul
it. 'cause
Giamatti.
even when Giamatti.
I was coming of age.
Drinking any Merlot.
I am not drinking Merlot.
I have this memory of
Paul,
doing.
was that okay? Was that Paul Giamatti?
It's
Like my
I'm
Paul
not drinking
Giamatti. Like
fucking
what was I
Merlot.
doing?
Yours
I
was
don't know what
good.
this is now. Yeah.
We're all doing our best
We're all-
impersonation of Paul Giamatti.
I had this boyfriend.
Where's James Adomian? He can do it.
I had this boyfriend who always drank Merlot, which before I knew about wine, I was always kind of like, I wonder. And took him to family Christmas in Texas, and we were at. They have wineries, and they're making wine in Hill Country, Texas.
Wait, Texas? What do you mean?
wow.
Aren't you from St. Louis?
I am, but my parents and grandparents are down in, right outside Austin. So we were at this wine tasting room, and we tasted like all the wines there, and like no one was liking anything. And then finally, the boyfriend was like, "I want to taste the Merlot," and we all kind of like look at him like. Oh, and
Amateur.
It was the best thing. It was so good. We all tasted it and we're like, oh, Texas makes a delicious Merlot.
Look at that.
That or else Merlot is good, and we were just all ignoring it because we were.
Texas
It was before
Merlot,
I knew about
guys.
wine,
Yeah.
or I was just starting to get interested.
Texas Merlot, guys. Write it down.
Get in Hill County.
Hill County?
Yeah, it's like around Austin.
Oh.
It's like Central Texas.
Merlot.
Is there any wine in
Because
Kentucky?
Texas. Yeah, there are a
Probably.
few wineries
Is that
in
where you're
Kentucky.
from?
That is where I'm from. I've been here for so long, but like I've heard that in some of the hilly sort of horse country.
Oh, it's so
there-
beautiful out there.
Yeah, it's
and
really
you have
pretty.
all the bourbon.
And well, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, so there's this part, like this historic part of Louisville, my hometown, that has turned like our Main Street area in downtown. They have these beautiful distilleries, and they're doing tours and tastings, just like wine tasting.
Yeah.
They're calling it like a little mini.
Oh, I
you
love
know,
doing
Distillery
whiskey
tour.
tasting.
Bourbon.
Whiskey's
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Or
So-
bourbon, Kentucky.
Yeah, we should go do a wine bourbon situation
Oh.
Trip.
trip.
Yeah, let's do a bourbon
Let's go.
situation.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
A bourbon situation.
A bourbon situation.
Bourbon situation. A bourbon bash.
You're like-
bourbon.
I would like to
Bourbon-
whine about
yeah,
who
bourbon bash.
cares? I don't know. Care anymore. Nothing matters.
Nothing at
Nothing
all
at all
matters anymore. 'Cause I'm-
Like a
Yeah.
sipping bourbon.
Yeah, or we do a derby. We could do like a mint julep.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, then we can have hats.
And then we can all have hats
so
that no one
excited.
will see.
No one will see. Yeah, because on the
we're
radio.
doing
That
a
will be the first
podcast.
time we actually. I mean, I do put these up on the YouTube eventually. Someday we're gonna have to start filming them.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
Strap a
get
couple
there.
GoPros.
We'll get there, guys. Keep listening so we can afford it. Yeah.
Ellen's gonna come in here with a GoPro on each arm and one on her head. She's like, Ellen, are you okay? She's like, I'm filming it.
Master plan.
She's like,
Extreme.
left arm is you, right arm is guest. And then she has like a Blair Witch set up in front.
Oh, whoa. Whoa.
What? No? Blair Witch Project? Was that?
No, I was just still thinking about
that date me?
bourbon tasting.
Oh, sorry. You know, I got really
don't
into you
know.
being all strapped with cameras.
No, I think that would be fantastic.
Well, most men are. I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but it was good.
It works.
It
yeah.
works. It totally works.
You date a lot of guys with camera
They
fetishes?
want cameras.
I've
on
dated some
your body.
filmmakers, but
Oh.
no, I don't think I've ever. Yeah, no. Thank God.
I feel like the old GoPro thing is very Bachelor, Bachelorette. Bringing it back to that.
Oh, did they do? Oh,
Well, they always put GoPros wherever they're like in the car, or like when
Oh,
they're on like a
right, they
horse or
do.
something, or when
Yeah.
they're like in a boat or on a paddle boat or
Or
something.
like skydiving.
Skydiving.
Or like climbing a building.
Yeah.
Or doing something really scary.
Wow.
Where like he has to protect
They
her.
just
or
try and kill them
Parasailing.
off.
Parasailing.
I just felt really vulnerable, and he was like there for me, you know. It just
Yeah.
showed that he like
Yeah.
really was able to take care of me, and
Really
that
afraid of heights.
yeah,
Oh, but he was just so kind, and he held my hand the
he
whole
held my hand, you know, and
my
and that's
God.
falling in love.
That's it. I felt his.
Falling in love is like jumping off a building together.
Absolutely. I felt safe. I felt safe
in
with
his
him.
arms.
And that's
It's such
safe enough to
We're
try and
awful.
kill ourselves together.
it's terrible.
it's so sad that some people watch it and they go like,
Yeah.
I know. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of do too. I mean, I may or may not have.
I'm
cried.
a sucker for it.
I'm
Are
a
you
sucker.
kidding? I'm a watcher.
I know.
We can make fun of it because we're fans
Thank
and we
you.
watch it and we support it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a
what
girl. I just want a guy to wrap his arms around me and make me feel safe. And not fill me with GoPros at the same time, though. Hence why I'm not on The Bachelor.
That's a good. I think that's a very simple thing to want
Yeah.
and ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2018, Ellen.
It's your year.
Put it out there. Take your intention
I've been
and
single
lift
a
it
while.
up.
Back
We're
in
all
the
doing
tree
power pose right, guys.
pose.
We're all doing
Power
power
pose,
pose right
power
now
pose,
for
power pose.
2018 for Ellen.
2018 for all of us.
I love
For
it.
all of
Well,
us.
you
Zig, you want to get in on this power? Zig,
Big.
Yay. And we clap.
I love it.
on that
so
note, should we do a
much.
little
lightning round?
lightning round?
What's a lightning round? What's a lightning round?
Get ready for the lightning round. 3 questions, no answers.
Unless you give them to us.
Yeah. So lightning round, get ready for it, is we ask you some wine-related questions, and
I
you
know
have
nothing.
to answer them.
Shaughn
Yes.
and I came up with these separately again, so it's going to be funny if we have some of the same ones. I
This
came
will
up
be
with
funny.
a few.
Okay, I come up with 2.
Tell me what.
Go first, Ellen. Go,
okay.
Ellen. Go, Ellen.
What's the sort of generic British term for dry reds from Bordeaux?
Go.
Oh,
It's old. People don't use it as much anymore, but it's they used it in
I feel
America.
like you
some
know
too.
this.
If you listen to the Anthony Hines episode, you would.
I would know that.
It's
would
just
know
like a
that,
term
yeah.
they
Thank
would
you
use
for
generically.
giving me a heads up before I came in to do the podcast. that
You
I-
were just in London.
I was.
So in London,
Just generically a red wine.
a generic red wine or a
From
Bordeaux.
France.
What?
Or any, like, this is what British people called, like, red wine from
Pretty
France.
much Bordeaux, what they called it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Bordeaux. Yeah.
It's not Bordeaux.
You're gonna
No.
know the word
Well, they
when
call
we
it
say
Bordeaux,
it.
I feel
too.
so stupid.
No, I wouldn't know this
You
if I
wouldn't-
didn't.
you wouldn't know, yeah.
Maybe if I read old cookbooks, because
Can
you'll
we
be
do like
like
a charades thing where you give me like a sounds like or
Sure.
like a 2 syllables or like a
I mean, I'm 100% sure I know what it is, but
I'm a crow, so this is the noise I make. This is the first syllable.
Oh,
Yeah.
kava.
nope.
Oh, why would it be kava? That's a Bordeaux.
there's another consonant after the C.
What's a good one?
Wait, you know what it is, right?
Yeah, I do, but I'm trying to think of a way to tell you. It's kind of a-
Wait.
It's like
so
if something isn't muddy, it's.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay, so, like, this is an instrument that you play that's black.
Oh,
And it's like,
good idea. It's the first syllable of that. It begins.
it's like a black, like, it's a woodwind
It also
instrument.
begins with
it's
a C.
Yeah.
It's a woodwind instrument that's, like, long, skinny, and black.
one more.
No, it's a.
Do you know the French word for?
It's not a saxophone. It's not a flute. It's a clarinet.
It's a way.
It begins with a C.
Begins claret. So clarinet.
So
Yeah.
Claire would be the first syllable of
Claret.
Claret.
Thank
Claret.
you. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I
so-
feel so stupid, you guys.
French
I was
is
like,
like-
I was literally about to say a recorder.
Oh no. I mean,
I was like, I know it's not a recorder.
No,
what
but
I
like
think
the
of as a
clarinet
small-
is kind of a random instrument. Like,
yeah.
you know.
And then I thought it was like a saxophone, and then I'm like, that would make sense because that would be that doesn't make any sense.
Because I played the clarinet and then I played
Oh,
the saxophone.
shit.
And I was like, I played them each for like 6 months and I was like, these are boring.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Claret. Of course, I know that.
Claret.
Claret. Yeah.
Proper claret.
That's
I
like,
was in-
people don't use that term as much anymore, but
Yes.
actually, technically, I think they can call something a claret with like 2 T's and an E at the end in Bordeaux, and it means like a lighter red. But in Britain, yeah, they would call it a claret, and also like in the U.S. in the early days of wine.
In the early days of wine, it was just the grapes and the soil.
So claret. There's your trivia, guys. If someone says claret, it probably means
I just busted into a little song.
he always busts into little songs, and I just pretend I don't hear them.
I was trying to think of the Texas vineyards, and I was trying to think of how they pronounced Merlot.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I
of
don't
that.
know. My
That's what I
family's
was
all
okay.
from
That's
there.
or in Kentucky.
That's those were the wheels that were turning.
This is how much
Yeah.
we're listening to each other.
B to C. Anyway, yes.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
That was lightning round number 1.
Yay. Wait, there are 3 of those?
Number 2.
We're gonna be here all night.
This one's true or false.
Oh, yeah, that'll be good one. Good one.
Only red wine is made in Sainte-Emilion. True or false?
Oh my God, that was one of mine.
Really?
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah.
I think
Brain
true.
meld.
Is it false? True.
True.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's
True,
true.
true,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got
yeah. Okay, yeah.
We're both so excited.
Only red wine is made
made
in
in-
Sainte-Emilion. They don't make any white wine, and they're
Or
proud
if
of
they
it.
do, they have to
Interesting.
bottle it as vin de France. I mean, maybe some
whatever.
maybe some of the garagistes do.
Yeah, but they can't call it Sainte-Emilion.
No, they can't. They just have to be like vin de France.
Vin de France. See
Yeah,
how quick that
so-
was?
That was really.
And
That
you
was
got
super
it.
quick.
I got it. Okay, great. We won't be here all night.
Which is, unusual.
Is this one true or false?
not you getting anything, not you getting it right. Just, it's,
No, I'm like cheating to see what his other.
Oh God!
and then it's midnight. And we're sitting here.
And you're still doing musical instruments and trying to get the
I'm just like, it started long ago in the dusty west. A little grape was planted in dark, dark snow.
We've gone from Games of Thrones
You know
to
what?
like
That should be like, you should do the, remember like, I'm just a bill and I'm sitting here on Capit.
Oh
You
my
should
God.
do the
Schoolhouse
wine
Rock?
version. Yes, you should do the wine version.
Winehouse Rock?
I'm just a
Of,
grape sitting here in
here
the
in
Merlot landscape. In the Bordeaux landscape.
I love that. I love that little song. And
It's
remember,
great
he was
fun.
like a little paper bill.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he was sitting on Capitol Hill.
But I can't think of
I
like
really
the,
liked the They Might Be Giants songs about like this. The sun is
Oh,
a
yeah.
mass of incandescent gas. They need like that for grapes. What? Sorry, I'm just thinking of like school songs.
Yeah.
It's good. These are
They Might Be
educational
Giants are
songs.
good.
Yeah. We need one
But
for
sang
wine.
beautifully. And
Oh, I like my other one too.
I like your other one too.
Did you read it?
I couldn't
My first
make out
one?
the end
I
of it,
wanted
but
to-
I'm like, this is a weird Shaughn question. I like it.
Wait.
Okay.
It's kind of long.
You ready?
Yeah.
Get your.
Am I going to be mad at you?
No.
No.
Okay. There is a chair carved out of
I don't think I know the
stone
answer.
in the center of the town of Sainte-Emilion in a church
Okay.
from like 8th century.
I wanna
Based
know that.
on local superstition, what happens to women when they sit on this chair?
Based on superstition.
I don't know
So
this.
there's so
Okay.
like there was a monk and they carved this church out of stone.
Oh wait,
It's
no.
underground.
This was a wine Bible thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like a bed where this guy slept and a chair that he sat on. So like there's a local superstition now, if women sit on this chair, blank.
Wait, go back. What happened with the guy?
He
that-
was just like a monk
Okay.
from like 8th century.
Okay, so it's probably not like fertility related. It's probably not.
What else do people care about for women in the Middle Ages?
Yeah.
It is fertility related. So they would then get pregnant.
Yep.
If they
Exactly.
sat, oh, okay.
So
So
the
it
local
was like,
superstition is
so
if,
it
you,
was like
if women sit on this chair,
they would then get pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow,
not random.
that is so random. But
In-
also like I
And a monk, it's very counterintuitive.
100%.
Right?
That's why I was like, wait, this is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was monk. No.
Immaculate conception, guys?
No, guys. No.
No.
Monk, yes. Sorry. I liked where we were thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, but that's incredible.
Sainte-Emilion's got some like ancient history.
I know. I really want to go.
I know, me too.
Yeah, like that
I'm
sounds.
gonna do like
Go
a
drink
wine
all
trip.
the Merlot.
Did you just know that?
No, it was in the when I was doing research about Sainte-Emilion. I was
I
like,
see.
this is a fun
The
question
Wine Bible
and weird.
is
Yeah.
one of the best like books out there.
Love it.
Oh, there's so many interesting random facts like
I
that
love
in there.
that.
And
I
you can
wanna,
just like pick it up and read like a little bit and
Yeah.
put it down. You don't need to, it's great for that.
I want to go to the south of France soon. See Brett
See, Brett.
and Pascal.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to read the wine Bible before I go, and I want to travel in France. Drink wine,
Pops.
pops.
We're playing.
Meanwhile, Shaughn and I will
No,
be
we're doing that.
gallivanting around Bourbon County.
Bourbon County, yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be in Kentucky.
First we'll go to Kentucky.
You're gonna be in
Yeah,
Kentucky.
no,
too.
well, I mean, you
A
guys, we have to
podcast?
fly east first. So we fly to Kentucky. We stop there, like, just in time for the Derby.
The Derby.
Or actually, no, we
Kentucky
go to
Derby.
France first and we buy hats there.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
Cheaper there.
that's the move.
And then on the way back, we stop in Kentucky.
Yeah.
There you
We
go.
do the bourbon.
So we don't kill our
situation.
taste buds with hard alcohol first. Do that after
Oh,
the
that's
wine.
smart.
Oh, this
Yeah,
makes sense.
Always thinking.
Ellen,
Yeah.
you like really planned it out.
You guys really know your stuff.
You
Really know your
oh,
wine.
don't stop
It's
it.
just like don't
Don't
stop.
stop. Don't stop saying that. Just
keep-
don't stop.
go
Don't
on.
stop saying
I
it.
just
Oh,
am
go
learning
on.
so much.
Oh, go on.
I don't know
But really, go
anything.
on. Like, go on.
It's good. That is so good.
It's so delicious.
I just like keep drinking it.
I'm so into this Merlot.
So
Yeah,
good.
I love it.
We just have one little question.
Yeah.
One more final question.
What? Really? That's all?
That's it.
We don't
I
know
know.
the answer.
Did I whine enough?
You
I don't
whined
know. Did I
enough.
whine enough
Whined
about
enough.
You
celiac
whined
disease?
enough? Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a poor me thing, but
Nah.
I'm tired. Yeah.
And you
go
gave me like I always love getting on my vegetarian high horse
Good.
about flexitarians.
as you
Ugh.
should. Yeah.
And I like to eat meat and bread.
Yeah.
And the world needs you, Shaughn.
And I'm sorry.
Seriously, you're making the world go round.
You need to keep
I'm just a meat eater
American
and bread eater
agriculture and
standing in
Yeah.
front of a boy asking him to eat me.
Eat
Eat me?
I indulge in an awful lot of gluten.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys get the analogy. You guys get where I was going, right?
We get it.
Thanks, guys.
Shaughn, we are always
Hashtag,
here
just,
with you.
just hashtag you get it.
Hashtag I'm with Shaughn.
No, last question. Just what's bringing you some joy
Oh,
Just
gosh.
so we end on a light note, even though we're pretty lighthearted right now.
Like so much right now.
Yeah.
I just moved.
There you
My
go.
new space is bringing me so much joy.
Where
Yeah.
in LA did you?
I moved into a building. I moved into an apartment, and I haven't lived in a building in a long time. And it was like a really big kind of shift, and I was really nervous about it. And it's much smaller than the spaces I've been in, and I love it. Every wall I look at, everything that's in it, it's tiny. I can manage it. It's not. I don't feel like it's too big. And Peanut loves it,
Yeah.
my dog. And like, there's this beautiful view, and I just am.
It's super cozy. It's great.
It's bringing me a lot of joy right now.
Yay.
Yeah,
So that's
nice.
Yay.
Yeah. What about you guys?
You're
love-
like the third person
like the third
in the
person to
history.
ask. Most people are like, great. Anyway.
No, I want to
Yeah.
know. Like,
Oh.
joy is a nice thing to talk about.
Oh,
Cooking is bringing me joy. I've been cooking a lot more, and I've been really liking it.
Oh.
Even though it's kind of like frustrating because I'm kind of OCD. I'm like, oh, it's messy. Everything's messy.
oh, it
And
takes
I'm just
me.
like,
I can see that.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I bet
But,
that's her.
Yeah. But yeah, so cooking's bringing me joy.
I love that, and
Yeah.
that makes sense because you are an art. You're creative,
Yeah.
and it's like creating something.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. I would like to. I'd like to be invited.
You
to have
please
some of
anytime
one of
come
your
by.
I'll
meals.
bake. I'll learn to gluten-free bake. Actually, I have some good. I like the bread and butter cookbook by the Baby Cakes girl. Has a lot of really good gluten-free
bacon.
The Erin
recipes in it.
McKenna Bakery.
Yeah.
Baby Cake. Oh, she is incredible.
Her cookbooks are great. I've made
Yes.
gluten-free stuff I love from it.
Yeah, love it.
Cool.
Are we all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you
Well, on
talk
that
about your
note-
joy though?
My joy is I'm actually looking forward to Valentine's Day because two of my best friend and we have this couple who are our best friends and they just adopted their nieces and we're
my
gonna go
gosh.
do Valentine's Day with them and I can't wait.
I
with
love
my
it.
family.
Yay, I love
It's
that.
gonna be it's gonna be so
That
awesome.
is love.
awesome.
That is joy.
Cheers. Thank you, Maggie. Thanks so much for being here. Love you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening.
Oh, thank you. And thank you, Maggie, for being on the show.
Oh my gosh, that was fun.
So
That
good.
was a good time.
Good times.
You guys follow us on all the things and like maybe leave us go on to iTunes and
Yeah.
just click the stars.
Click some stars.
like all of them maybe.
If you
But
guys want to just, like copy a poem and write it there, that'd be cool.
yeah.
Or if you want to just,
Just want to say Ellen and Shaughn are the best.
yeah, or just leave like some emojis. You can just leave emojis.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Whatever you want. Thank you, UCB.
Thank you, Wine People, Covell,
Thank
all the
you-
good things.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas Strachey, for the graphic.
Dr. America Comedy for the song.
Thank you. I'm talking about you.
For listening.
I'm talking about you in that reflective glass of your phone.
Look into the mirror and say, I am the best because
Yeah.
I listen to this podcast.
You are the best because you listen to this podcast. You really are.
Next week, we have Aaron Gibson.
We have Aaron Gibson on the show.
It's a good time.
Woo! Party. Thanks for listening, guys.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I just drink wine. I don't fuck with IPAs. I just drink wine. I don't fuck with Minute Maids. I just drink wine. I don't fuck with coffee mates. I just drink wine. Give me red, white, or say, don't touch me, motherfucker. I'm a sommelier.
This has been a Boardwalk Audio podcast. For more information and shows, visit boardwalkaudio.com. Don't forget to rate and subscribe now.